Hey everyone, today I am showcasing the multi-pack of the RTR Mustangs in the premium car culture line. I want to showcase the packaging really quick before I open these up. On the back of the card, you're going to see the other two sets that were available within the shipment, the Nissan Skylines and the Plymouth Superbird and Roadrunner. My Target did get all of these sets in. I believe they had 2 to 3 sets available for each set, and they were gone within 48 hours. So these did not last at all. I really like the presentation on the card. I love that the two Mustangs are nose to nose, like they just got done battling it out at a really awesome drift meet, even with the smoke in the background. I think that's really cool. I didn't have the opportunity to find the green one in the single pack, so I was happy to take this multi-pack home. I'm going to open them up, let you guys see them out of the box, and then show you guys the pictures that I took of this set. Alright, now that I have it unboxed, and that you get to see it a little bit closer, you will notice how shiny these castings are. Also, I don't know in the video if you're going to be able to tell, but these tampos on these cars are a little grainier than some of the other premium cars that I've held in my hand. I wish Mattel, for the price that we pay for these, I wish Mattel would figure out a way to lay these down on the castings without the tampos looking so grainy. It's very noticeable in the front end of these cars where the tampo work is lighter in color. Also, my set, the quality control is a little off. I had a chip on my spoiler, and some of the tampos are off on my green wheel variation. Both bases say 18 Ford Mustang when they're advertised as 20 and 21 models. Not sure why they just didn't put 18 on the cards, but oh well. I like the stance of the white-wheeled variation over the green one. The green one sits up higher in the front end, and by themselves, it really doesn't matter, but when I was taking pictures of them and having them side by side, it was very noticeable, and it was starting to mess with my OCD a little bit. But I wanted this set primarily so I could take photos of them because I don't have any drift Mustangs in my collection, so I thought it would be fun to do something a little different and pose these cars together behind the lens and get some shots with them together. Alright, so here's my first shot. I really like how this one turned out. I was inspired by the cover art for the packaging where they're nose to nose and they look like they were just dueling it out. So I knew that going into taking some photos, I wanted to get some photos that were similar to the that concept. And as you can see, how the green Mustang does sit up higher than the white wheeled variation. I really like this photo because I got that really nice exposed brick in the background. I shot this at the Civil War Museum in Richmond, Virginia, and there's something really cool about having something that's really old in the background mixed with the new glass from the building and the new casting. So you got that kind of neat, something new, something old in the same shot, and they're coexisting together in present day. So it's really neat. Really happy with how this shot turned out, and overall these cars photograph very well. Here in this shot I have the side of the Civil War Museum building. I really like the glass work in this building, and I like the brick. It's very vibrant. Here I had to get quite some distance between the die-cast car and the building itself. When you're shooting such large objects such as buildings, the farther away the better, and then you just kind of train your eye to try to find some sort of balance so that the car doesn't look too small compared to the background, and that the buildings don't look extremely too large. So I thought this ended up being a good balance. There was a rail in the background, so that doesn't look to be extremely huge compared to the car. And this was tricky because the sun was at an angle in which it was shining on the building, but casting quite a shadow on the diecast car. So I had to get some multiple angles before I found really good lighting. Here we move to where I position the cars away from each other. In the shot, it doesn't look like the car in the background is that far, but in actuality, it's about 5 or 6 car lengths back behind the front-facing Mustang. So I really like photographing two cars in this style. Kind of reminds me of like magazines and magazine covers and stuff like that. And again, I have the really awesome brick behind both of them. Really good color contrast between the Mustangs and the brick. And these windows are very big and bright, and they reflect the city that's behind me. And I just really like having these in the same shot. So I went ahead and did front and rear facing shots to give you what it looked like from the rear. I wasn't too pleased with the taillights on the green variation, so I really didn't focus too much on the rear of the Mustangs. So I thought I'd get a couple shots of both of them facing directly towards us. The lighting was very good, so I just took advantage of that, and the lighting highlighted like inside the grill and inside the spoiler and everything like that. Like I said, I do think the tampos were off on the green-wheeled variation, so I had to alter these a little bit in post to make them look a little bit more presentable. So here you're going to see my famous turning of the wheel trick. I started doing this around 2017. I was inspired actually by automotive photography. When it comes to shooting my own car, someone else's car, I've always liked turning the wheel. And when you look at like professional automotive photographers, you know, when they're shooting at those interesting angles, you would often see the wheels being turned. And one day I hit a wall and I was just like, what can I do to kind of raise the bar a little bit? And I was like, wonder if I just incorporated what I like doing when I photograph real cars and start incorporating that into my diecast photography. So that's when I got the idea of turning the wheel. These axles aren't cut, they're not altered in real life. Nothing has been broke away from the chassis or messed with. This is all done in post and all done at different angles. And it takes me about 30 minutes to an hour to achieve this look if it's done right. And the wheels are turned in the front that you see up front, like facing you as a viewer, and the wheels are actually turned on the other side of the car that are facing the wall as well. And there's a lot of blending, there's a lot of tucking in, and there's a lot of balancing everything. So it takes a while. It's not something you can do in just 2 or 3 minutes and be done with it. It's something that takes time and patience. But I thought this was really cool with the wheel tucked in and them facing each other. I like it anyway. So last but definitely not least, this is Fun Haver having a little bit of fun. This is the driver behind the wheel doing some drifting, doing some burnouts outside on a beautiful Sunday, or what, did I shoot this on Saturday? Saturday evening. My days are running together. This is my first attempt, everyone who's watching this video. My first attempt at trying to make a toy car look like it's drifting. I don't think I did a bad job for my first attempt. Applied my wheel turning technique, my motion blur, added a little smoke, added the driver. Just try to have some fun with this one. The car is called Fun Haver, so it only made sense to at least showcase at least one photo of the car drifting. So, and I really like the backdrop on this one. It's pretty simple, but I shot this in front of a beautiful, large, blackish, like brownish wooden door, and it is a good-sized door. It was like a double door, and it just makes the background look clean, and it's not cluttered or anything. So I really like how it turned out, considering this is my first attempt at making a toy car look like it's drifting. I would like to practice more with this technique now that I have some drift cars in my collection. There's some rally cars that I would like to pick up as well and practice more with having them in the dirt and just maybe practicing with a little bit more action shots and pushing myself to see if I can grow and go in that direction. But if this is the first time you've ever seen any of my photos, just because you were brought here by the type of cars in the video, thanks for watching the video. If you want to check out some of my other photos, you can go to my Instagram if you'd like to at CE Brinkley Photography. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing well if you're watching this video. Happy hunting, happy collecting. Collect what you love, do what you love. All right. Until then, have a great day or night, depending on when you are watching this. Bye, everyone.